somewhere in Georgia, somewhere along a river called the Chickamauga or creek, whatever you want to call it. We're at 1500 or 3 p.m. on the 19th of September, 1863. I was born a couple years after that. And let me make a statement here right off the bat. What a brutal damn game this has been. This has just turned into a freaking bloodfest for the Rebs and the Yanks both. And what a blast I'm having doing it. The card deck's gotten a little bigger. All right. Sheridan's coming on. I think that's almost it for the Yanks to get on the board. I got one more big stack over there, but the Rebs got all kinds of stuff still. Hey, say hi to Wardrobe. Hi, Wardrobe.
Hi.
Hi, there you say. So the Reds got all that stuff to come on. Quick glance at the old casualty list here. The last 3 turns have just been bloody as can be. Poor Brannon's division. He got thrown into the fight to try to stop the Rebs up on closer towards the Rossville Gap, and just got pounded. He's got crushed units. He's got broken units. Van Cleve, Stedman, Wilder, Baird, all these guys got busted up. But the Rebs, they're getting beat up pretty good too. Poor old Hindman and Liddell. Pegrams lost some cavalry units. You got Armstrong, Johnson, some of Buckner's corps guys. These guys, they're getting beat up pretty good. But let me tell you something. All right, let's handle Yankee successes, okay? So with all the Yankee reinforcements coming in down here, for the Army of the Cumberland, Ohio, whatever it is, coming in down here, they pretty much get to hit this part of the battlefield. Is there a north? Yeah, okay. So north is that way. So coming in from the south down here, the southwest or whatever, and so they can reach this part of the battlefield quick. Amazingly enough, Palmer's got some of his stuff still sitting on the river down here, and they just really haven't done anything because I got to make sure I don't leave those open. That poor Confederate unit from Wheeler's cavalry, just sitting there in log work, sitting on the river ford right there. Okay, I don't foresee nothing happening right there. Could the Yanks maybe drive across? Wow, I should make a note of that because I didn't even think about that. But the Rebs they're going to have a bunch more reinforcements showing up here very soon. Matter of fact, I think they get another whole division this turn right here. I did. They get, good old Patrick Cleburne comes on. And those got to be good units, no doubt. All right, anyhow. So we gave up on the bridges here at Lee Gordon or whatever, the bridges. And the Confederates were attempting to push in here in the middle. They weren't doing so good. The Yanks charged in there with 3 different divisions and started tossing the Rebs back, just chasing them out. But Cheatham showed up. Now, granted, and let's see. I think Cheatham's got a wounded leader marker. No, he doesn't. Okay, no, Stewart does. Okay, so Stewart hasn't done much. But Cheatham got in there. He came in at the right time. We got a division group. And I think we used the Bragg or Polk, I can't remember, one of those cards. And he ended up getting double. But Cheatham charged in here and threw the Yanks off of this area right here. And, you get these close combats. And then you get breakthrough. And you get some busted up units behind the lines there. And you happen to run into them and just start shattering them. Well, that's what happened here. Look what Baird did. He charged up in here to Liddell. Shattered them. But, he's trapped now. I probably shouldn't have pushed that far with him. I may not should have pushed down here with Cheatham, but Cheatham's got some good units. So this is changing dramatically because the Union is they're not weak right here, but they're not as potent as they were. And if Cheatham can get the rest of his division right there, if he can get them over here and into this fight, or maybe Preston can get involved and help out, this could change this quite a bit right here. We might have that bubble forming where we're back on Snodgrass Hill here before long. Now, in the Yanks' favor, Johnson's division, all right, which he's got some units that have moved actually all the way forward up in here. I think underneath the victory location next year there's one. But they're over here. I'm sorry, they're right here. Johnson's division. You got Baird right there, okay? You've got Reynolds' division moving in. More of Reynolds' stuff right here. More of Johnson's stuff. And then you've got Sheridan and, you got 20th Corps units moving on. Amazingly enough, Sheridan's not that potent of a leader in this game, according to his card. Matter of fact, he's rated poor, actually. So, all right, big to-dos in the north. Longstreet. Okay, no, I take that back. He's not even here yet. Old Sam Hood with 2 of his divisions. Bushrod Johnson and Evander Law, along with Force Cavalry, Armstrong, and Pegram's divisions, they have just decimated the northern end. And I'm talking about the Yanks have hit them with multiple divisions up here, and they just keep coming away with, they got some good high cohesion units, okay? And they have just shoved the Union back down this pike. So now I'm at the point where something's going to have to change because I can't leave Wilder and Minty, Cook's Cavalry. I can't leave these guys out there like that. I got to get them out of it. But it's not that easy to pull troops out of engagement. You're going to pay a penalty for moving. Plus, you got to get the card draw to do it. So, and poor old Negley, he's been sitting there holding that line. He may have to collapse because, well, let's just say if the North keeps going the way it is, he's going to get hemmed in. It's going to be even worse if over here in the middle, or where the southern fight is for this game, if these guys keep pushing down, the Rebs keep pushing that main road, this pocket is going to have to collapse. It's not going to have any choice. Like I said, I got a bad feeling we're going to end up with that fight over here on, what do they call it, Horseshoe Ridge or whatever they called that thing. But where Snodgrass Hill, I think, is right in here. Yeah, there's the Snodgrass house right there. So around this area right here. But this thing's really developing. And when I say brutal, I mean this game, the brutal. You get some good high dice rolls, which both sides actually did. I think the Rebs got a little bit more. You get a skedaddle, and you're running through units. That is a freaking nightmare for the units that you're going through. Because if, like say, cohesions of 2, and if they're shaken, they're a 1, and you got to run a panic test, you better, even if you rolled a 1 on a cohesion run, or a cohesion of 1, they're going to get a penalty. They're going to get punished for it. But most of the time, you get these guys that have cohesions of 1 because they're reduced, and you're going to roll greater most of the time. And these guys are going to end up shaking skedaddle in 2, or shaking skedaddle in 1, or maybe they get lucky, and they pass the cohesion, which, like I say, if they're already shaken, that's nearly impossible. So this game is showing its teeth, and like I say, the fighting has gotten so much heavier, and it's about to get even more heavier. So we're rolling around. We're getting ready to start 1500. All right. Like I say, Cleburne comes on this turn. Cleburne is on the map now with D.H. Hill as the commander. So his CIC card went in the deck. Last turn we added a low ammo card for each side. Didn't come up. Like I say, I do random 6 cards for each side, much like Wardrobe McMurray did for AMFS. But yeah, developing, starting to get intriguing. And I actually thought about for a moment when the Yanks actually stuttered or stalled Longstreet or Hood up here, that I might start pulling the Confederates back so they can maybe start to get into some good locations to get ready for nightfall and try to rebuild some of this stuff. But then they started dishing out the punishment, and I said, nope, we're going to keep pushing. We got plenty of daylight. They've got plenty of units over here that are still in good shape. And they're gonna force a change in the Union line, or somebody in the Union is going to have to do just a major assault, which I think is probably going to happen if we can ever get these units up here. All right, let's wrap up that. Let's get on to the 1500 turn. Give you about 3 or 4 more turns. Maybe we'll play up until dusk or whatever, and we'll shoot another video. But hey, this thing's chugging along. Black Swan, Rock of Chickamauga, Flying Pig Games, Herman Lutman, and the other bunch of guys have. I don't know if Fred and Claude had anything to do with this, but this thing is a blast. If you got it, you know what? Don't dawdle around with the scenarios. You want to play one to get used to it, fine. Play this campaign game. If you got the room to do it, you need to play this monster, man, because this thing will test your patience big time, and it's fun doing it. So, Hexy, we'll talk to y'all soon. See you. Say bye, Wardrobe. Bye, Wardrobe.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.